against your fellow man. Blood is sure as God, made black and white. What's done in the dark will be brought to the light.
What letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. I am Michael, your host for August 1st, Wednesday, August 1st, 2018. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new to the Patriot Hour, please subscribe, maybe toggle the switch to alert your device in the most annoying fashion possible. I'm just joking. All right. Please take a look around the channel. If you're not familiar with QAnon, what is Q? What are we talking about? Seriously, take a look around the internet. Take a look around the channel. Take a look around the wide world web. Multiple platforms out there. Got to bring yourself up to speed, up to Q. All right, we're going to jump in it right here. 1790. This came just after my last video, my last update. MSN coordination. Pre-planning has its advantages. 14:45, folks. All right, this came at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. So we got a New York Times article here. What is QAnon? Explaining the internet conspiracy that showed up at a Trump rally. Do you remember Pizzagate? Notice how they start that off right away. It's a little like that. A web of baseless conspiracy theories. And its supporters were highly visible at an event for the president in Florida. Some attendees at President Trump's rally in Tampa on Tuesday wore t-shirts with a block letter Q. Those watching President Trump's rally in Tampa on Tuesday couldn't help but be exposed to a fringe movement that discusses several loosely connected and vaguely defined and baseless conspiracy theories. In one shot on Fox News, the president was partially obscured by a sign in the crowd reading, "We are Q." In another shot during the president's speech, a sign promoting the debunked Seth Rich conspiracy theory, I didn't know it was debunked, with some hashtag QAnon, came into focus in the center of the screen. Some attendees wore t-shirts with a blocky Q. Others held up signs with the letter. They were all self-described followers of Q, with an anonymous person or a group of people who claim to be privy to government secrets. That supposedly classified information has been revealed on 4chan. All right, so it's not any classified information as well. We know that. It's not done in that kind of manner. The 4chan and 8chan message boards spread around mainstream internet platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Q has attracted people. The exact numbers hard to know, eager to consume its breadcrumbs or new details in a sprawling web of conspiracy theories. What is going on? Just give me the basics so I can minimally understand what is going on. Here's a short version. Q claims to be a government insider exposing an entrenched international bureaucracy that is secretly plotting all sorts of nefarious schemes against the Trump administration and its supporters. The character uses lingo that implies that he or she has a military or intelligence background. It is a stew of various but connecting conspiracy theories that generally hold Mr. Trump. So this gets... we cannot read all of these, folks. There's just so many. But look at some of these shots here. All kinds of Q stuff. Where we go when we go all, with the all being the Q leg. The slightly longer version. The team was visiting the White House. Champions of 2017 college football season had presented Barack Obama with a jersey bearing the number 15. All right, so they're debunking. So some facts, folks, is over the years, I would say in the last 15, there's been several low-level, high-level government people that have seen corruption when they're working on a case. Even state, local police have used 4chan in the political, the POL, to release things. How do we know that's true? Because after the fact, after things months down the road, it was proven that the exact, what ended up being true is exactly what was leaked onto the 4chan. So we've had this dozens of times. We've had WikiLeaks. When did WikiLeaks get shut down? When did Julian Assange leave? Why? What happened? They shut his internet off. But perhaps the greatest signal of the sustained, dedicated audience for the discussion can be found in the systematic traffic to the websites and apps set up to collect and curate preferred 4chan posts about Q. So then they start hitting up the iOS and probably Android. Okay, so let's move on up here to 1791. This came at 1450. 250. Repost of the last one we just did. Did you notice the Fox News coverage of QAnon last night? Targeted. Why isn't Fox News part of the MSN coordinated blitz attack? Logical thinking. POTUS. So that's very logical. 1792. All right, you got that, folks, right? Why isn't Fox News part of this? Why did Fox News put a Q in there? The media has control of what they go to a different angle all the time if they have to. Done on purpose. What happens when you're a threat to the MSN/old guard? Got a Twitter link here. New Reddit announces data breach that threatens So there you go, folks. This was today at 1:02. Reddit announces data breach. Anonymity of the users. So, not going to be anonymous, supposedly. Coincidence? Threats? Scare tactics deployed. Fear not. Fear not. All right? That's BS news. Expected it. 1793. Got an anonymous poster at 1629. This would be 4:30. Well, just a minute before 4:30. 1793. All right. 4:29. Juan on Fox News talking about Q at the rally. Right after we mentioned Fox News? ? What a coincidence. Fishing is fun. Fishing is fun. We do a little update here on the fly, folks. See if we got anything new. All right, we got nothing pulling, nothing new. Last one would have been a few hours ago. So coincidence, threats, scare tactics are deployed. Fear not. So logical thinking, folks, if you think on that. Again, we were told way back in November. There you go, November 2nd. You can count the people who have the full picture on two hands. That's the people closest to the POTUS, Trump. All right, closest to him. There was about 10, less than 10. So that means at least 9, or minimum of 9, and it could be lower. Only 3 are non-military. Now that would be Trump. Everyone's like, well, he's a commander-in-chief. Well, he's not military. He's a civilian. Didn't go to boot camp. Didn't join any branch. He's in charge of the military, but he's not in the military. All right? And then if he's one, you got 2 more that are not military. Everyone else is military. So that, that means 6, maybe at a minimum. 6 are military, 3 are non. That's 9. Is it 5 military, 2 or 3, non-military? Because there's at least 3 that are not. Game theory. Outside of the potential operator who has been dialed in with orders specific to his or her mission, nobody else has this information. So just like in a military spec op, outside of a potential operator who has been dialed in with orders specific to his or her mission, nobody else has this information. Operators never divulge. Mission critical, all right? A lot of you won't understand that. They don't get too in depths into that stuff in the movies. Just real life. All right, folks. So we did the updates. I don't see anything new. If there is, I'll be back. This is pretty evident here. These articles, USA Today, it is now an attack. All right. Again, if the mainstream is wanting to talk about it, they typically ignore. They ignore until they can't know more. If it's never a threat, they'll never talk about it. If it was fake, 100%, they'd never talk about it. So what we have to put them up to is pressure them to start, look into some of these, conspiracies. Look at the evidence. Give us the real evidence that you got. Do your digging all the way up. Pick one of the many completed investigations that we have partook in over the last 8-9 months now. So for them to come along, and every topic is very similar across the board. We know these things are owned by about 6 people in the whole world, and very coordinated. Very coordinated. Other than Fox News. So, all right, folks. I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. I'd say keep your eye on the news, but know how they work. At this point, people should know how they work. They don't tend to tell the full truth and nothing but the truth at all. They get their teleprompters get fed from somewhere far away. They pull a drop in, and it's just there, platformed for them, and they don't even understand. They don't really do much work anymore. These days are about over, folks. The world's changing, dark to light. Unbelievable. Again, look to December 21st, 2017, Trump's executive order that he put in, taking the monies or properties back from anybody involved in human trafficking. We know it's a problem here. We know that it hasn't been really brought to the forefront with the mainstream over the last several years because they're complicit. They don't want to report on stories that they have ties to. So actually they help bury these stories. How perfect. What a system, folks. What a system. We're not going to put up with it anymore. Times are a-changin'. So welcome to the new way, all right? The old world order was your new world order. All right? Welcome to the new world without the order of your conspired, planned tragedies around the world, and taking advantage of disasters when they happen, creating wars to create refugees, and misplacing people on purpose. Parents separated from kids. You guys want to tug at our hearts for the border issues. And again, people are, we have it happening here right in front of us. When a parent has a kid and they decide to go rob a bank, if they get pulled over, what's happening? Is the parent going to be let go because the kid's there? Does the kid get to go with the parent to jail? We know these things don't exist. Nobody's standing up for that because it doesn't make sense. You guys are scrambling, you're scared, it's the final hours, and you are not making any more sense than you ever had. It's just a little bit more clear now because you can't even remotely try to make sense while you're running and scrambling, on your tippy toes or running to get out of town. Now your stuff really doesn't make sense where it didn't even make sense before. It's all baseless lies. So welcome to the truth. Welcome to the Patriot Hour. Tune back in for the next episode, folks. All right, please, again, if you're new, subscribe, like, share, comment. Look in the comment section. A very good collective tool for everyone to chime in. And if you make errors, we make mistakes. Unlike the real news, we'll let you know. It's happened before. It's taken a lot of years, but if we're wrong, we're wrong. That's just how it works. And we want to have a lot of feedback because you guys kind of help run the channel with all your great ideas and articles, links, other videos. So keep it up. We appreciate it. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide, and we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour. Have a good evening.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
Froggy.
Working in the dark against your fellow man. Blood is sure as God, made black and white. What's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Cut you down, sooner or later, gotta cut you down.